Hello. I am Harvey. Today's video is about right arm with a mission X. Kind of an easy one to me. It is because the bosses here are weak to both melee and ranged physical attacks. Which means Kain is going to be good here. I also decided to bring my Bartz who only has his 15 CP weapon equipped to the party. Anyways, let's go through the quest. In the first wave, we are up against 2 dark skeletons and a nightmare. The nightmare here has about 12,500 health. So, you might need to use a skill for it. Not a dark element skill though, as it absorbs dark element bravery attacks. An efficient way to deal with the dark skeletons is with a bravery battery skill plus 2 HP attacks. This way, you can pass this wave at about turn 5. In the second wave, there are 2 poison bat and a floating eye. Remember not to get poisoned by the potion bats here. It will greatly reduce the damage you can do next wave. Also, try to one-shot the floating eye or it may paralyze you. Feel free to use some skills here again as you don't need that much for the final wave. The mini-boss here is Skull Dragon Soul. We just met it recently, so I don't think I have to explain its moveset in detail. However, it does not have resistance to attack types anymore. Pay attention to it and don't overestimate your melee attack's effectiveness. In the fourth wave, there is a floating eye and a nightmare. Same deal here. One-shot the floating eye to prevent the paralyze from its counter-attack. You can also choose to 2-shots the nightmare this time. It is not really a threat here. Ideally you don't want it to act because it might use gaze and inflict confuse on your character. The final wave is the tricky part of this quest. We are up against 2 jeweled turtles here. Again, the jeweled turtles are weak to melee and ranged physical attacks, but strong against magic attacks. This is key to break it later. Its mechanics is actually very simple. It will cast Jewel Bullet as its basic bravery attack. Remember not to get break from it unless you have a strong bravery shaver coming up next in the next turn. It is because the skill has an extremely high turn rate if it breaks the target. If your target got broken from it, it might result in consecutive turns from the jeweled turtles that just used Jewel Bullet to get a bunch of bravery. Still, not a threat as long as pay attention to the attacks. But then, if there is no jewel turtle retreated to its shell on the battlefield, the one just acted will retreat to its shell and gets a ton of bravery. You have to shave all of these bravery by the time it acts again, or it is going to be a huge HP damage attack. It one-shots the target most of the time. The bravery level that it gets will increase over time. So, kill them quick. You would also want to keep their HP at a similar level. It is because when one of them dies, it will use retreat immediately. It will be a very dangerous situation to be in. You would also want to pay attention to its Jewel Brilliance status. Jewel Brilliance is used once the jewel turtle is below 50% of its maximum HP. The status is indicated by the shiny stars blinking around it. It also allows the jewel turtle to use retreat immediately with a debuff's cleansing effect. You can either choose to summon before or after it. I would suggest to use your summon before it, as it is really dangerous to deal with a jewel turtle under Jewel Brilliance. I guess that's all you have to pay attention to. I will try my best to upload the video about Power and Magic Chasm Theta, Rising tomorrow. There is a lot of quests there. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
我々に任せてもらおう。研ぎ澄ます。終わりだ。